Different ways to express the concentration of the solution. The concentration word simply means it is a measure of how much solute is dissolved in a given amount of solution. So you can measure the concentration in several different ways using mass, volume, moles. So I'm going to explain you the 4 different ways. One of the most common measures of concentration is weight by weight percent. Now weight by weight percent, or we can also call it as the mass percent. We can also call it mass by mass percent. It is the number of grams or the weight of solute in grams divided by the weight of solution in grams. So number of grams of solute dissolved in 100 grams of solution. So look at this problem. A solution is made by mixing 506 grams of water and 198 grams of salt. What is the concentration of salt in unit of weight by weight percent? So weight by weight percent is, on the top is the weight of the solute. Which one is the solute out of these two? Salt is, because that's present in the smaller amount, 198. Divided by weight of solution. Water is not a solution, water is a solvent. Solution means solute plus solvent. So to find out the weight of solution or the mass of solution, you have to add these two numbers. So here I'm going to have 506 plus 198. And then to change it to the percentage, you multiply by 198. So 506 plus 198 is 704. So I have 198 divided by 704 times 100. So 198 times 100 divided by 704 gives me 28.125. I'm going to put 28.1 because I need 3 significant figures, because in the question I have 3 here and 3 here. That is weight by weight percent, where you have both the mass of the solute and the solution in grams. The next one is the weight by volume percent. We also call it mass by volume percent. And here was the definition: the number of grams of solute dissolved in 100 milliliter of the solution. So now what we are talking about? We are talking about the solute in grams, weight of solute in grams, divided by the volume of solution, but that has to be in milliliters. And you multiply it by 100 to change it to the percentage. For example, the vinegar contains 5 grams of acetic acid. When you dissolve it in 100 milliliter of solution, then you call it as 5% weight by volume. Why I'm not saying 100 milliliter of water? So what we do, you take a graduated cylinder, you add 5 grams of acetic acid in it, and let's say this is a 100 ml graduated cylinder, and you keep putting the water until it touches the 100 ml mark. So that we call it as 100 milliliter solution. And of course, this 5 grams of acetic acid will be dissolved. So look at the next problem. Chloraseptic sore throat spray contains 0.35 grams of the phenol dissolved in 25 ml of the solution. What is the weight by volume percent? So weight by volume percent, on the top I need the weight of solute in grams, which is 0.35, divided by the volume of solution. This is the solution in milliliters, which is 25 ml, and then you multiply by 100 to change it to the percentage. So 0.35 times 100 divided by 25 it will be 1.4% weight by volume. What does that mean, 1.4% weight by volume? It means to make this sore throat spray, you can take 1.4 grams of the phenol and dissolve it in 100 milliliter of water. The third one is the volume by volume percent, and as it says, that means I'm going to have volume of solute on the top, volume of solution in milliliters on the bottom. Both are volume. So let's look at this question. A wine contains 11.2% volume by volume ethanol. What does this basically means, 11.2% volume by volume? That means I'm taking 11.2 milliliters of the solute, and using that I am making 100 milliliter of the solution by adding water. So here is my graduated cylinder again, 100 milliliter. First I'm putting here 11.2 milliliter of solute, and then I will put rest of it water to make the 100 milliliter of the solution. So a wine contains 11.2% volume by volume ethanol. What volume of ethanol is present in 750 milliliter bottle of wine? So how much ethanol is in the 750 milliliter bottle of wine? So this is, I'm writing it, I'll put 1 here, and I know from this relation that 11.2 milliliter of ethanol is present in 100 milliliter of wine. Let me rewrite it. I think this, we have to find the volume of ethanol. So that means if I'm finding the volume of ethanol, my volume of ethanol has to be on the top. So I have 750 milliliter of wine and 100 milliliter of wine contains 11.2 milliliter of ethanol. So this milliliter wine cancels out. So here 750 times 11.2 divided by 100 gives exact 84. But since I need 3 significant figures, I will write it down, 84.0 milliliter. So if you have a 750 milliliter bottle of the wine, then that contains 84 milliliter of ethanol. The rest of it is the water. The next one is parts per million. Now this parts per million or parts per billion, we use these two ways of the concentration when the solute is present in a very small amount. So basically parts per million simply means you have your mass of solute in grams divided by mass of solution in grams times per million, so that means times 10 to the 6th. We are not doing percentage, we are doing in millions, so multiply by 10 to the 6th. You can have parts per million for the grams, you can also have parts per million for the volume. For example, parts per million is you have volume of the solute in milliliters divided by volume of solution in milliliters times 10 to the 6th. So this is, we use it when the concentration of solute is very, very low. The next